So tell me about yourself.
Hi, my name is Ralph Tripp. I'm currently a sophomore at Temple University studying marketing. A little bit about myself is I'm actually a brick specialist at the Lego store in the King of Prussia Mall. As a brick specialist and working in retail, you deal with a lot of different types of people, anywhere from small children to grandparents who want to get the right thing for their grandchildren. Working in sales, I've learned that it isn't about selling a product to someone, it isn't about pushing a product onto someone, it's about helping them find what works best for them, really leading them into the right thing or product or service. An example of this is a small child will come up to me and says he wants a race car. But of course it has to fit within the budget of the parent that he's with. Instead of telling them, oh, you need this product or I have to sell you this product, I lead them to what I think is best for them. There's this mutual agreement between customer and salesman that I really learned how to perfect. Another thing that I do is I'm a mentor with the Youth Mentoring Program, or YMP, at my local YMCA. What YMP is a physical fitness one-on-one program for children at risk. I actually started as a student in 7th grade, and by the time I was a junior in high school until now, I've been a mentor. I really think that YMP is so much more than the sum of its parts. I'm inspired every day I go. Being a one-on-one program, there's a lot of individualized consideration. I remember my first mentor, Tom Nepley, telling me, when you give 100%, you get 100% back. And I couldn't agree with him more. If you give it your all, if you do all you can do, if you did your best, there's no reason why greatness won't come out of that. Not only does that apply in your health, it also applies in your personal life as well as your business career. Like I said, there was a lot of individualized consideration, but there was also a tremendous amount of inspirational motivation. Between students and mentors, just the goals that these people are accomplishing is awe-inspiring. To see someone achieve their goal and to be recognized for it, I think is great. Achieving something is earned. It's not something given. And that's something that I learned with YMP, and that's something that I take with me no matter where I go. If I've accomplished something, if I've done something, it's because I've earned it, and it's because I've given it my all.
Okay. Tell me about a significant accomplishment.
Probably one of my most recent significant accomplishments would be president of Resident Housing Senate, or RHS, how it's commonly called, in my freshman dorm building. As president, I was in charge of running weekly meetings of 20+ people. These people were students, resident coordinators, resident directors, RAs, all different backgrounds, all different ideas, all different suggestions, all different types of people. And as president, as a leader, I had to delegate accordingly. When you're running a meeting of 20+ people, you have to make sure you stay on task. You have to make sure there's an end result. You have a plan to work with. This isn't something you can just rattle off the top of your head. And because of that, it really showed how successful we are. I'm proud to say that we were the only dorm building to hold at least 2 projects or events every month. Now, putting that into perspective of how great that is some dorm buildings of that year I know couldn't say that they had even 1 event every 2 months. I really think that the reason why we were so successful and that we were able to have so many different great events and projects and outings was because of intellectual stimulation. Each time we went into a meeting, we always tried to one-up ourselves. We always tried to do better. We always tried to improve than the event we did before. Some events that we did was raising money for UNICEF, face painting for our Spirit Day football game, have an entire Spirit Week to get more and more people involved on campus with school spirit, as well as, and what I think is one of our greatest accomplishments, is speed friending. Now, speed friending is a lot like speed dating, but instead of looking for a relationship, you're looking for friendships. I'm going to be honest, as a freshman, I was very nervous to be going into this new environment. When leaving for college, you don't have that safety net you would normally have in high school or at your home life. And I was scared and I was anxious. However, with this speed friending event, I learned that I wasn't the only one. I wasn't the only freshman who felt like that. And that these people who I saw every day, who I thought were so different from me, ended up having a lot of the same similarities. I really think without that speed friending event, I wouldn't have some of the friends that I have today, and that all started with meeting new people, interacting with new people, engaging new people with those events, as well as every meeting with RHS.
Okay, tell me about what you learned in class.
Probably the biggest and most important thing I learned in class is what it takes to be a good leader. To be a good leader, you need to lead by example. I firmly believe that it's the energy and the time that you put into something that really reflects how an entire team works. Positive energy, great attitude, good work ethic, strong strategy. When a leader brings that to the table, it really rubs off on the people around him, and it's the makings of a very successful high-performance team. I was actually very fortunate enough to be in probably one of the greatest group experiences of my entire life in this class. We had a Facebook group project about a specific music or artist where we had to do a certain amount of likes. And when this team came together, we were talking about how we could communicate, what ideas we can bring in. What's ironic is actually working on a Facebook product, I read in the Wall Street Journal around the same time is how many more businesses are using social networking as a means to communicate to one another. I'm going to be honest, I probably check Facebook more than I check my mail, and that's how it was for all of my other team members. And to be able to take advantage of that and to communicate through that really was one of the things that made a high-performance team. I know I just mentioned a high-performance team, and I really believe that we were that. We were united in a common set of performance goals. We were united in a common direction, but most importantly is we were united in a common purpose. And that purpose was to be the best, to show a product, to show a project that, hey, look at how great we worked together and look at how great our project is because of it. What we really had in mind is when you give 100%, you get 100% back. We gave 100% and we ended up getting a great project.